Good day everyone, welcome to Wise Link Academy. Today I'm going to be drawing isometric, that is, the question you're seeing at the right corner of the screen. This is an isometric, as you all know. This shape is carved out from a box. That is, as I always tell my students, before you start drawing any isometric, you need to draw what? Your horizontal line and incline 30-degree line. Let's do that. So doing that, take your T-square this way. You draw your horizontal line this way, as you can see that. Next up, you take your set square this way, incline 30-degree this way, you draw it this way. As you can see that, you take it this way, the other side here. Let me show you. So next up, you take your set square this way, as you can see. So you draw what? Incline 30-degree. So draw it this way. So you'll be having this, as you can see. Next up, so recall that this from here to here is 30-degree, and likewise from this point here to this point is my 30-degree. So let me show you the question. As you can see at the right corner of the screen, the height of that isometric is 30. The length and breadth is 40-40. So that is, let me show you what I'm saying. We're having the length to be 40, the breadth to be 40, and the height to be 30. Now let's replicate this on this. So you take your set square this way, you draw your what? Horizontal, a vertical line this way at the middle. Then you what? You measure, take the radius 40 here, 40 here. Then the height is what? 30. So let's do that. So let me assume this is my point 0. So I want to measure 40. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's what? My 40. So this point is my point 40. Since this point here to be 40, I can just easily take it this way with my set square. This way. This point here, just taking this point. It's the same thing I was saying. I want to measure 40. You'll be having 40 automatically, as you can see. So you don't need to measure, just transfer this point to this point here, since they are what? They are the same measurement. So I'm having this point and I'm having this point. From that point, you take your set square, standing this way, and your T-square, see? So you take it what? Take it up. You project this line here, upward. As you can see, up on that side here, project it upward. You can see what we're having. Then now, let's measure our height. You can measure your height from here, from this point, or from this point, any of it. Let's measure our height from here. Here to here is 30. So let's measure 30. Or measure it here, anywhere. So 30 from here to somewhere here is 30. This is 4. But this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is my point 3 here. So then you take your set square this way. From this point, you draw it this way to this point. Our aim is to what? Produce the box. To produce a box. So from this point here, this box. No, every isometric was gotten out from a box. So our aim is to produce a box for this. So you come to this point here, floating it up this way, as you can see. Take it this way again, around. From this point here, as you can see this point here, you draw it this way. So this is a box at which that object you are seeing at the right corner of the screen is being produced out. So now, let's now start applying the measurement into this box to produce that shape we are having there. So now, as you can see at the right corner of the screen, this point to this point is thickened. While this point to this point is thickened. So I will thicken this point here. It is thickened. I will thicken it. You can see that. I'll come to this point here. I will thicken it because it is thickened, as you are seeing at the right corner of the screen. So next up, you can see this point too here. From here to here is thickened. Let's thicken it, as you can see. Now, what do you observe again? Let's start taking our readings. Year to year is thickened, as you can see at the corner of the screen. It's thickened this point to this point. It's thickened. So next up, year 2 is thickened. From year to year, it's thickened. As you can see that. Now let's start taking our readings. From this point here to this point, distance of what? 1 centimeter, as you can see at the corner of the screen. So we take a measurement from this point to this point here. It's my 1. You can see that. Likewise, from this other point here, somewhere here is also 1. From here to here is also 1. So 1 from here, 1 from here. Then you take your set square this way. From that point, you create a line upward. You can see. Go to the other part here. That line, you get it upward. You'll be having this. So you can see what I'm having. Now next up, you will join those points together. Let me show you what I'm saying. This point are joined together. You join it, taking this point to this point. It's thickened. As you can see, this one to this point. It is thickened. Thicking it. Next up, you close it up. The thick line this way. From here to here, it's thickened. Likewise, from here to here, it's thickened. You're having this. Next up, this line here. Sorry. This line here, thicking it, cover it up, you cover this point up. So you'll be having this. Now next up, they said from somewhere here to somewhere here is what? 10. That is, you take a set square this way. From this point where they meet, you draw a faint line this way. From this point where they meet here, you draw a faint line this way. So they say that from somewhere here is 10. And somewhere here is 10. So now let's do that. Let's measure out 10. If I measure my 10 out, from this point here to this point is 10. So you're taking this part here. So this is the point where that 10 is. So you take it this way, you transfer it. So transfer it this way with a faint line. You can see what we're having. So therefore, I will take in this part here, I will take in this part here, and I connect this together. So this is what I'm saying here. You're taking where they meet from here to here. They meet from here to here. They meet at this point. As you can see where they meet, I'll take in that part. I'll take my set square this way. I will close it up because it is closed with the thick line at the right corner of the screen. Close it this way. So you'll be having this. As you can see, what I'm having. Next up, I will what? Take my set square this way. At this point here, you draw a faint line passing through this place like this. Then you what? You take a set square this way. From this point here, this point where they meet here, you draw what? A vertical line downward. As you can see that. So they are all meeting at this point. So similarly, you take what? This part. This part where they meet. From this point where they meet, you join it towards with a thick line. Join it from here to this point here with a thick line where they meet. Similarly, you what? You take in all this part too. So then take this part to thicken it. So we are having this, as you can see, almost there. Now next up, let's come to this part. This part here is that part you are seeing on the right corner of the screen. So from this point here to somewhere here is what? 15. Distance of 15. So I'll measure my what? My 15. So from this point here, 15. From this point, this is my point 0. This one is 0. 1. 15 is somewhere here. So it is thickened. We thicken it. The thick line. We're having this. Now similarly, I can just look at what I have in there. From here to somewhere here is 10. That is, you draw it this way. You draw from this point here, draw a line this way. Take it this way again. Just follow the procedure. Draw a line this way. This one I drawing that line, you understand it now. I said from here to somewhere here is 10. So measure 10. Let me show you. Measure 10. From this point here to this point here is 10. So from here to here is 10. Thicken it. It is thickened. Likewise, from this point here to this point here is 20. As you can see at the right corner of the screen. So measure 20. 0, 1, 2. And it's taken to this point, at point 20. So I can just project this line here downward. You can see what I'm doing, project this line here downward. So you can just take your set square this way. From this point here, so this point where you meet here, you draw a line this way. As you can see what I'm doing. So next up, you take it this way. So where the line meet, touch this way. So you think at this point you're taking it. So I'm doing. So you come to the other part here. Looking at this point, taking it. We're having this. So and the height of this object here is what, 15 also. So measure 15. So from this point, 15 is from this point. This is 0, 1, 15 is from here. From this point here to this point is 15. So you're taking it. This is my point 15. So similarly, I will take my set square to this point here. I will draw a faint line downwards. So just connect them together. So connect this to this point. So take it, taking it, just taking it. This point, as you can see what I'm having. From this point here, where they meet here, join it to this point here. As you can see what I'm having. So what they meet here, we draw it like this way. So if we're having this object, as you can see what we're having at the right corner of the screen. So similarly, I can just erase all these unwanted lines. As you can see, let me do that. Erasing all the unwanted line, I'll be having this. As you can see, we're having. So I don't want all this line. So as you can see, we're having. So I have successfully replicate what you are seeing at the right corner of the screen to be what? To be this. If you found this video helpful, kindly click on the subscription button and like. Thank you. Welcome to WAEC Link Academy.